children, some important science questions we'll do, children. Then we will do some important science questions. We'll do. Please see here, children, all of you. Please keep copying. If you know your answer, or else keep copying, children. First question. Children, first question. What are the three decomposition reactions? What are the three different types of decomposition reactions? We have decomposition in presence of heat. We have decomposition in presence of current. We have decomposition in presence of light.
Light.
Okay, light example is silver chloride or silver bromide. When you expose to sunlight, they break up into Ag plus Cl2 gas. That you know. And water in presence of current, they break up into H2 gas and O2 gas. Children, on balancing you have 2H2. And in presence of heat, CaCO3 gives what, children? CaO and CO2 gas. 3 marks question, children. So many times they asked in board example. Okay, next question. See here, they asked a question. If an element X is placed in group 14, if an element X is placed in group 14, okay, what will be the formula and nature of bonding of its chloride? What will be its formula of chloride? What will be the formula of chloride? X is 4, children. So it will form 4 bonds with chlorine. Chlorine is 1, children. So X will form 4 bonds with chlorine, and you will get what will be the formula, children? XCl4. XCl4. It will form XCl4 bond, children, with chlorine. Okay, next question. See here, children. Next question. Children, assertion increasing. See for the assertion, children. Assertion, they are saying like this, children. CO plus 2H2 gives CH3OH, methanol. Carbon monoxide plus 2 hydrogen gives methanol. Okay. Is it true or false, children? First of all, carbon monoxide plus 2H2 gives methanol. Is it true or false, children? It's a combination reaction. It is a true, children. You all know it is given in first lesson. And coming to the reasoning. What is the reasoning means? It is a combination reaction because CO combines with hydrogen to form CH3OH. Two substances combine to form single bond. He is saying it is a combination reaction.
Yes, sir.
Yes, this is also correct explanation.
Both
So
are correct.
answer is A, children.
A.
Okay, both are the correct explanation of each other, children. Both are correct explanation of each other. Okay, next one. 1 second, children. Video is going now. Children, is the board clear, children, for you?
Yes, sir.
Next question, children. See here. They are asking, what are the differences between Mendeleev's periodic table and modern periodic table? Question is, what are the differences between Mendeleev's periodic table and modern periodic table? See, children. Mendeleev's periodic table and modern periodic table. What are the differences?
Atomic weight, atomic number.
He arranged the elements in increasing order of
Atomic weight.
atomic weight. He arranged the elements in increasing order of atomic weight. He arranged the elements in increasing order of
Atomic number.
atomic number. He arranged the elements in increasing order of atomic number.
8 groups, 6 periods.
8 groups and 6 period. Here
18 groups, 7 periods.
Here he arranged only 63 elements. Here almost
all
above 100 elements are there, children. Above 100 elements they have arranged, children, here. Okay, and mainly, children, all the disabilities of Mendeleev's table you have to write. Here gaps are left. Here gaps are left. Here gaps are filled. Gaps are filled. Okay, next, inversion of atomic weights occurred at some places. Inversion of atomic weights occurred at some places. It is rectified. Why it is rectified? Because they arranged the elements in increasing order of atomic number. Weight is not important for them. Inversion of atomic weights occurred at some places. Argon and potassium, cobalt and nickel, tellurium and iodine. Inversion of atomic weights occurred, but here it is rectified because they arranged the elements in increasing order of their atomic number. Okay, children? Next,
Isotopes did not find place. Isotopes found place.
isotopes did not find place in this table, and isotopes are arranged in same slot. All the isotopes are kept in same slot. Why all isotopes are kept in same slot? Because they have same atomic number. But here, since here is elements increase of atomic weight, they did not know how to find to keep the isotopes. They did not understand how to keep the isotopes. So, like that, children, you should be in a position to write the differences, children.
Sir,
Next.
and also place of hydrogen.
Hydrogen is even today also it is kept separately only, Nana. Even today also, hydrogen is kept separately because it has both properties, no none. So children, next,
Okay, sir.
in electrolysis of water, children, in electrolysis of water, when current is passed, you get hydrogen and oxygen. You all know that. In electrolysis of water, hydrogen and oxygen is coming children on electrolysis of water. Name the gas character at anode and at cathode. Okay, children, hydrogen is always plus. So plus means it will go to cathode. Oxygen is compulsory minus, it will go to anode.
Anode.
So at anode, what is gas collected? Oxygen. At cathode, what is gas collected? Hydrogen.
Oxygen.
Second, why is the volume of gas collected at one electrode double the other? Children, two molecules of hydrogen is liberated, one volume of oxygen is liberated. So hydrogen is two volumes and oxygen is one volume. You have to write this reaction and balance, and you have to show that two volumes of hydrogen liberated and one volume of oxygen is liberated. That's why hydrogen is double that of. What would happen if H2SO4? Children, when you want reaction this conducted, compulsory you should add small amount of sulfuric acid. Can anyone say why we should add small amount of sulfuric acid? Because pure water is bad conductor of electricity. Pure water is bad conductor of electricity. Pure water is bad conductor of electricity. So compulsory, we should add some impurity like acid we can add, we can base we can add, salt, something you should add. If you don't add sulfuric acid, water do not conduct electricity because pure water is bad conductor of electricity. Pure water is bad conductor of electricity. You have to remember children all these things. Next question. How do Mendel's experiment show traits may be dominant or recessive? Children, question is how do Mendel's experiment traits may be dominant or recessive? Traits may be dominant or recessive. Okay, children. If you take about monohybrid cross or dihybrid cross, whatever cross it may be, if ever you remember, children, first generation compulsory dominant character is only expressed. First generation dominant character is only expressed. That is called law of dominance. Compulsory. And in second generation also, 75% dominant characters will come and only 25% recessive characters will come. That is how we can estimate which is dominant and which is recessive, Example, if I take homozygous tall and homozygous dwarf, and if I cross them in first generation, all of them will be tall only. Why? Because tallness is dominant. That is called law of dominance. In first generation, we will get dominant character, but of course they are heterozygous. They are not homozygous because the alleles are different. If alleles are same, it is called homozygous. If alleles are different, they are called heterozygous. Alleles, individual genes. Alleles. If alleles are different, they are heterozygous. Take any two plants and go for self-pollination. You get big T, big T, small t, big T, small t. 75% again you got dominant character, only 25% you got recessive character, 25% only you got the recessive character came into existence only in the second generation. In the first generation we can't even see them. Of course the in chromosome is carried, but it is not visible. Why? Because it is recessive. It is hiding. It is a recessive gene, children. Okay, so you should be in a position to answer, children. So traits are dominant or recessive. Only dominant trait means character. Only dominant trait is expressed in first generation. That is called law of dominance. Only dominant character is expressed in first generation. That is called law of dominance. So, okay, children, I hope you are able to understand. Next, fetus derive its nutrition from the mother. Children, we all know that fetus derive its nutrition from mother. You all know that. Okay, first question. Identify the tissue used for this purpose. Anyone?
Placenta.
Placenta. Very good. Explain its structure. It has blood spaces
This,
and villi. It has blood spaces and villi.
It is a
Where,
disc-shaped
They are on
cell, sir. Tissue.
which is on mother side, which is on
they are
fetus
on
side.
this side.
Villi
Vil-
on fetus side.
Villi is on fetus side, they
Like
supply
on
blood. Blood spaces are on mother side. It is a disc-shaped structure which helps in placenta is a disc-shaped structure which helps in nutrition, respiration, excretion. Explain how waste generated by developing embryo are removed. Children, waste generated is excretion that is also removed by placenta only. The waste generated by fetus is also removed by placenta only. If you don't write this point, children, you will not get marks. Children, very very important. Blood spaces and villi. Next, how does the birth of the child take place? After 9 months, children, after 9 months, contraction and relaxation of uterus. Contraction and relaxation of uterus occurs. Contraction and relaxation of uterus occurs. As a result, child will be born. As a result, child will be born. Contraction and relaxation of uterus. Okay, will occur and child will be born through. Okay, child will be born. Next, next question. See, try to understand. Children. Okay. Children, pH is a great importance in our daily life. Explain that, giving three examples pH in our daily life. pH in our daily life. Okay. pH of soil we have studied. pH in mouth we studied. Do you remember children? pH in mouth we studied. We studied pH in stomach we studied children. pH in stomach we studied. And we also studied insect bites. Insect bites. Okay. When insect bite we get a severe pain. It is due to insect has what children? Methanoic acid. Methanoic acid.
Ethanoic acid.
Immediate relief if you want. What you should do, children? Immediate relief if you want. What you should do? You should apply some
Milk
toothpaste
of
Toothpaste.
magnesium.
or milk
Milk
of
toothpaste.
milk of
Milk of
magnesia won't be there at your home. No?
milk.
Milk of
Baking
magnesia
soda.
or baking soda
Yes.
you can apply. Or bath soap also you can apply. Bath soap is also base, children. Any one of them you should apply because acid plus base, neutralization occurs and pain will be subsided. Pain will be subsided. pH in stomach, children. pH in stomach. Children, pH in stomach normally means our digestive system. I told you, children, whenever HCl in our stomach increases, whenever HCl secretion increases, we suffer from acidity. Whenever you suffer from acidity, burning in stomach and pain in stomach, what you have to do? You have to take baking soda or in water and you have
Baking
to drink,
soda.
or milk of magnesia, milk of magnesia, something you have to take because base plus acid will get released. And pH of mouth should not fall below 5.5. Below 5.5, if it falls,
5.5.
no, no, don't choke, Nana, slowly you say. It will, mouth will become acidic, mouth will become acidic. Decrease your volume, Nana, no problem. 5.5, mouth will become acidic, and if pH falls below 5.5, the mouth will become acidic and teeth start getting
Enamel.
corroded. Enamel getting corroded. Okay, enamel gets corroded. Why 5.5 decreases? Less than 5.5. Why it will go if you eat more of sweets, chocolates, acidic food? It will go less than 5.5. So what is the only solution, children? Morning and night, daily we have to brush with the toothpaste. Of course, with toothpaste only we will brush it, but the basic toothpaste we have to brush because toothpaste is the base of the children, which has a more amount of salt that is better. And even the farmer occasionally adds lime to the soil. Why, children? Whenever soil becomes acidic due to acid rain, whenever soil becomes acidic due to acid rain, whenever soil becomes acidic due to acid rain, he will add lime because lime is a base plus acid neutralization. So everywhere neutralization plays important role. What is neutralization reaction? Acid plus base gives
Salt plus water.
salt plus
Acid
water.
plus salt
Acid
plus
plus
water.
base gives salt plus water for children. Okay. So pH in soil, pH in mouth, pH in stomach, insectivide. These are the pH in our daily life. Can anyone say what is the definition of pH? Negative logarithm of base 10,
Base
Base
hydrogen.
10
Hydrogen ion
hydrogen
Negative
ions.
logarithm of hydrogen.
base 10 hydrogen ion concentration. Negative logarithm of base 10 hydrogen ion concentration. Negative
Based on
logarithm of
hydrogen.
base 10 hydrogen ion concentration. A compound which is prepared from gypsum. What is the compound which is prepared from gypsum?
Plaster of
Plaster.
Paris.
plaster of Paris.
Plaster of
Plaster of
Paris.
Paris. Okay, children, at 100 degrees, children, what you will get? CaSO4 half
Half it.
H2O.
So for dot half H2 plus one
One
and
and a
a
half
half
H2O.
H2.
This is your plaster of Paris, children. Plaster of Paris is a whiteboard. to this white border. You can add some water, then it will become what, children? Paste. This paste we can mold it
Gypsum.
different shapes, and whatever shape you want to mold it and allow it to dry. After drying, it will become hard. Again, it will become gypsum only. But now you
Hard.
are getting your required shape. You are getting required shape, children. Okay, children. So what for it is used, children? It is used in making I mean to say, idols, statues, bone setting, false ceiling, all these things. It is used for.
False ceiling.
Okay, next. Children, there is a question like this, children. You are given a ball and stick model of 6 carbon atoms and 14 hydrogens. 6 carbon atoms and 14 hydrogens. Children, you are given 6 carbon atoms and 14 hydrogens. Okay, 14 hydrogens. And sufficient number. In how many ways can you join? What does it mean? In how many ways you can join is the question. He's asking indirectly what, children? Anyone?
To show the structure of hexane.
Hexane only. In how many ways you can join them? He's asking. Indirectly, he's asking
Isomers.
isomerism. Indirectly, he's asking isomerism. Directly, he's not asking. You are given ball and sticks of 6 carbons and 14 hydrogens. In how many different ways you can arrange them is the question. Means isomerism is asking indirectly. Let's see the isomerism of hexane. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Normal hexane.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2
2-methyl pentane.
2 pentane.
2 methyl pentane. 2 methyl pentane. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
3-methyl pentane.
3 methyl pentane. 3 methyl pentane. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
2, 2 dimethyl butane.
2, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 2 dimethyl butane. 1, 2,
Butane.
3, 4, 5, 6.
2, 3
2,
ethyl butane.
2, 3 dimethyl butane. 2, 3 dimethyl
Butane.
butane. 2, 3 dimethyl
Butane.
butane. Butane.
Butane.
Okay. Next. So these are the different methods we can apply, children. These are the different. Next, draw the structural formula and all possible isomers of C3H6O. What is the structural formula and all the possible isomers of C3H6O? C3H6O means, children, what will you understand, children? C3H6O. Is it a aldehyde or ketone, children? C3H6O. Is it a aldehyde or ketone, children? C3H6O.
Ketone.
Children, ketone means compulsory, aldehyde means CHO. Ketone means compulsory C double bond. CHO is over means what is left over? Can you tell? C2
H5.
H5. Okay. CO is over means C CH3 CH3. What is the name of this compound? Anyone? Propanone. What is the name of this compound? Anyone? Propanol.
Propanol.
Propanol and propanone are what isomers? Anyone?
Functional isomers.
Functional isomers.
Functional isomers means same formula but different functional group. This is aldehyde, this is a ketone. Okay, dot structure they are asking, children. Dot structure of propanone. 1, 2, 3. Okay, H and O. Here H, here H, here H, here H, here H, children. Hydrogen will get what stability, children? Helium. Oxygen will get what stability? Neon. Helium, 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 helium. Neon stability, neon stability, neon stability. Okay, children, I'm coming to propanone. Okay, children, propanone, you see, children, all of you? C, C, C. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oxygen. Oxygen will get what stability, children? Neon stability. H, 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 H. Hydrogen weight what's your children? Helium, 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 neon, neon. You should practice again all this dot structures. I hope you forgot children. Once you practice children, okay. I think you people are a little bit confusing. Please children, please you have to practice. Okay, next one. Next one, children. Name two homologous organs, children. I think homologous organs, is it there for you, children? Homologous organs. Do you remember, children? I told homologous organs. What are homologous organs, children? Organs having? Children, are you able to hear me, anyone?
Yes, sir.
Oh,
Yes,
thank
sir.
God. Organs having same structure but different function. Organs having same structure but different function are called homologous organs. Organs having same structure but different function are called homologous organs. Organs having same structure but different function. Example, if you take a limb of fish, limb of frog, limb of a lizard, limb of a snake, bird, limb of a man. Okay, in fishes they help in swimming. In frog they help in hopping. In lizard they help in crawling. In birds they help in flying. In man they help in walking. All of them have same structure, but functions are different. Such organs are called homologous organs. Organs having same structure but different function are called homologous organs. Organs having same structure but different function are called homologous organs. Organs having same structure but different function are called homologous organs. Okay, children. Next. A student took HCl in a conical flask. Children, in a conical flask, a student took HCl. A student took HCl in conical flask and was placed on a white tile with cross mark. He kept on a white tile with cross mark, like this, with cross mark on the white tile. Okay, when seen through the flask, the mark was visible. When seen through the flask, on adding some amount of sodium thiosulfate in the the flask. Okay, and adding some sodium thiosulfate. To this, he added some sodium thiosulfate. Okay, what is sodium thiosulfate? Na2SO3. Sodium thiosulfate to the okay. What happened? The cross mark has disappeared on the tile. The student observed some reaction as the products formed were different from the reaction. Both the reactants were transparent. Okay. So first, children, I don't know whether you are able to understand or not. First, this liquid was transparent, children. Initially, the liquid was transparent. He is able to see the cross mark through the liquid if we see. Now, after adding sodium thiosulfate, this cross mark has disappeared. What might have happened? This is the question. What might have happened? First one, children, see, children, what happened means here sodium sulfate, thiosulfate, Na2SO3 reacts with HCl and you will get NaCl. You will get NaCl plus SO2 plus H2O. What happens? NaCl salt is formed, children. What happened? Insoluble precipitate is formed in the liquid. Insoluble precipitate is formed in the liquid. Insoluble, this is NaCl is formed, and therefore the liquid became hazy. And therefore, that fellow could not see the cross mark. Okay, children. So, what is happening in the reaction means in this reaction, children, what happens? Of course, children, here sulfur is also formed, children. Insoluble precipitate, sulfur is formed, children. Here, this reaction is not there for your syllabus anyway, children. In this reaction, sulfur will be formed. Sodium thiosulfate is there, no? Thio means sulfur. Sulfur is formed as a precipitate, and because of this sulfur particles, he is not able to see the cross mark which is there on the tile. What type of reaction, if anyone asks, we should say precipitation reaction because sulfur got precipitated out. Okay, children, don't worry, it's not there in your syllabus, children. Just they gave the question, so I'm asking children, don't worry about this. Next one.
Sir, sodium chloride is precipitate or sulfur?
No, sulfur is a precipitate. Sodium chloride will dissolve in the solution. NaCl is good soluble in no, it is soluble. Next, children, assertion and reasoning, children. So coming to assertion and reasoning, assertion, reasoning, all physics questions are there. Assertion. Next, children, what are amphotic oxides? All of you know what are amphotic oxides, which react with both
acids and bases.
amphotic oxides are those which can react with both acids and bases. Amphotic oxides are those which help with reaction with both acids and bases. Okay, so Children, describe briefly 3 ways in which individual with a particular trait may increase in the population. Did you understand the question, anyone? Did you understand the question? Describe any 3 process by which individual with particular trait may increase in population. May increase in population. A particular trait, how does it get transferred from one generation to other generation? Is asking children. That's all. Simple, children. Okay. So indirectly, children, slowly I'm saying, try to understand what are the factors affecting speciation. You should say, children. Continuous variations. If ever you remember, I told continuous variation, natural selection. Okay, continuous variations, natural selection, geographical isolation. Okay, and genetic drift. Do you remember all these things, children? Okay, mutations, and sexual reproduction also is one of the factors. Due to any of these factors, individuals with particular trait may increase in the population. Individual with particular trait may increase in the population. Children, now what I will say, my kind advice is, you have got ample time, children. Read full lessons in science, children. Why, sir? You may ask, children. Why means this fellows, they will say speciation is the outer portion. They will say, children. But when they say variations is there for you can answer variations from reproduction. They will say, children. At last, we will be the victims, children. Because of their politics and policies or whatever it is, we will become victims. So since you have ample time, slowly read entire lesson, children. Whether it is maths or science, read full lessons, children. And absolutely, you will not be in any loss, children. It will be useful for future also. Okay, individual with particular trait, how it increases in the population. Because we have acquired and inherited traits, he may ask this question. He may ask, and he will say, yes, you have to know the acquired and inherited characters being depth, he will say. At that time, we will not be in a position to answer to them also, children. So my advice is, please, children, whatever is out of portion, already I have, whenever I was discussing science lessons, I discussed in detail. I did not see whether it is deleted or not, everything I told. You also don't give borders to yourself and don't stop reading. Read full things, children. Don't limit yourself. Read everything. So, what are the different methods by individuals with particular trait to increase in population? It may be because of variations, it may be because of natural selection, it may be because of isolations, drift, mutation, sexual reproduction. Individual particular character will increase in the population. Okay, children. Next question. What is homologous series? What is homologous series? Group of organic compounds differing by CH2 group. Group of organic compounds differing by CH2 group. Okay. Next question. In an organic compound, which part highly determine its physical and chemical properties?
Functional group.
Very good, fantastic. Functional group will decide its physical and chemical properties. Okay, functional group will write a chemical equation to represent the reaction of ethanol with potassium dichromate. Ethanol with potassium dichromate. Ethanol with potassium dichromate means what type of reaction is that, children? Potassium dichromate, it is oxidation. Alcohols and oxidation gives carboxylic acid. Ethanol will give ethanoic acid. Ethanol will give what, children? Ethanoic acid. Alcohols will give carboxylic acids. Ethanol will give what, children? Ethanoic acid. Okay, children. Next question. Show the formation of Na2O by transfer of electrons. Show the formation of Na2O. Do you remember formation of sodium oxide, children? Show the formation of Na2O by ionic bond. Children, sodium atomic number, children? 2, 8, 1. It loses 1 electron and forms Na plus. Okay, 2, 8. And oxygen is 2, 6. It takes 2 electrons and forms O minus 2, 2, 8. Sodium is having 1 electron. But oxygen is in need of how many electrons? 2 electrons. 1 electron it will give. It wants 1 more electron. So what happens? 1 more sodium will come and give. But on the whole, sodium is giving 1 electron only. Put it in curved brackets. But since 2 sodiums are required, put 2 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th, 8th minus 2. Put it in square brackets. These 2 process indicates they are the electrons which are coming from sodium, children. Okay, so this is sodium oxide formation, children. And why are ionic compounds usually hard? Because they have strong interionic force of attraction. between the ions, interionic force of attraction is very, very, very strong. They have strong interionic force of attraction because between opposite charge ions. They have strong interionic force of attraction between the opposite charges ions. They have strong interionic force of attraction between oppositely charged ions. Next one. How is the direct component solid state do not conduct electricity, but when it is in molten state, it conducts electricity. In molten state, ions decompose and ions are formed. Ions are responsible for conduction of electricity. When it is hard, it won't conduct electricity. But when it is dissolved in any liquid, ions decompose in ions it will decompose into cations and anions. Cations and anions are responsible for conduction of current. Okay, ions when you dissolve in any compound, they decompose into cations and anions. They help in conduction of electricity. They help in conduction of electricity. Okay, one question I'll ask children. If you know, you tell. Question is: a metal X acquires green color coating on its surface on exposure to air. What is the metal X? Metal X becomes green when exposed to air. What is the metal X, children?
Copper.
Copper, children. Corrosion. Under corrosion, I told you, children. Copper. When you expose to carbon dioxide, you'll get green copper carbonate. You'll get green copper carbonate. Okay. So copper, when exposed to air, children, due to corrosion, it will form green copper carbonate. Okay. Question is: identify the metal. Name the process. Process is corrosion, children. Name and write the formula of green coating. Green coating is CuCO3, children. CuCO3. List two important methods to prevent this corrosion. How can you prevent corrosion, children? How can you prevent corrosion? Painting, oiling, greasing, alloying, galvanizing,
anodizing,
anodizing, chrome plating, tin plating. Okay, all are the different methods by which we can avoid corrosion. Different methods by which we can prevent corrosion. Next, what are chromosomes? Where are they located in the cell? Yes, children. What are chromosomes? Where are they located in the cell? Anyone? Yes, children. Where are the chromosomes located in the cell?
The nucleus.
In the nucleus, sir.
In the nucleus. Children, what are chromosomes means? Chromosomes contain hereditary information and are carrier of genes. Okay, chromosomes contain hereditary information. They are the carrier of genes. Okay, children. Chromosomes contain hereditary information. Chromosomes contain hereditary information. Chromosomes contain hereditary information, and they are carrier of genes. They are carrier of genes. Okay, one chromosome, if you see, it looks like this. Inside this, DNA will be present. In the DNA, genes will be present. Children. Inside the chromosomes, genes are present. Inside the genes, DNA are present. Chromosomes contain hereditary information and they are carrier of genes. Chromosomes contain hereditary information and they are the carrier of the genes, children. Okay, so where they are present? They are present in the nucleus. Where they are present? Inside the cell, children, nucleus is present. Inside the nucleus, chromosomes are present. Inside the chromosomes, DNA is present. Inside the DNA, genes are present. Genes are the genes are the parts of DNA which carry the hereditary information, children. Basically, genes. Okay. So next question is, children, in the chromosomes only. What is the sex chromosome? Explain the mechanism of sex determination. What is the sex chromosomes, children? Out of 46 children, out of 46 chromosomes, we have 44 are allosomes, autosomes. Children. 44 are autosomes, somatic chromosomes. 2 are sex chromosomes. Children. 2 are sex chromosomes. These two children in males and in females. How will they, children? In males they are
Why female?
X and Y.
X and Y. In females they are X and X. In females they are X and X. Okay, that is how these two sex chromosomes are present. These are called autosomes and these are called allosomes. Allosomes are called sex chromosomes. So only two are there, children. In males XY, in females XX. These both are present in sperm, children. These both are present in ova. If X unite, you will get a female baby. If X and Y unite, you will get a male baby. Like this, you have to analyze and you have to say and you have to draw the diagram for the sex differentiation. There is a diagram in your textbook also. That also you should draw. Next question. Why do we classify elements? Anyone?
To make the
To
study
make
of
the study of
To make the study of elements easy.
easy.
To make the study of elements easier. To make the study of elements easier. Why do we classify elements? To make the study of elements easier. Why do we classify elements? To make the study of elements easier. Why do we classify elements, children? To make the study of elements easier. What are the two criteria used by Mendeleev? He arranged elements in increasing
According to
order
the
of
atomic weight.
Wait.
increasing order of atomic weight, and he kept all the elements having same formula of oxides and hydrides in
One
one
group.
group. He kept
One
all
group.
the elements having same formula of oxides and hydrides in one group.
One group.
He arranged the elements in increasing order of their atomic weight. He kept all the elements having same formula of oxides and hydrides in one group. Why did Mendeleev leave some gaps in his periodic table? Why he left gaps?
But he predicted that elements can be discovered.
For the elements to be discovered in
Other
future. For the elements to be
Future.
discovered in future, compulsory you have to mention what are they. If you don't mention, you will not be Eka silicon. Silicon was
Silicon.
later discovered as germanium, gallium,
Scandium.
scandium. Okay, next. In
Scandium.
Mendeleev's periodic table, why there is no mention of noble gases? Because during Mendeleev's time, noble gases are not yet discovered. In Mendeleev's table, noble gases are not yet discovered. But once they were discovered, they could easily adjust them in his table. During Mendeleev's period, noble gases are not present. During Mendeleev's period, children, noble gases are not present, children. Okay, during Mendeleev's period, noble gases are not present. That's why there was no discussion of this noble gases. Next, children. Give a chemical test to distinguish between saturated and unsaturated hydrocarbons. What is a chemical test to differentiate saturated and unsaturated? Bromine test.
Unsaturated will become saturated.
They can't decolorize bromine. They can't decolorize bromine. They can decolorize bromine. Why they can? Because they undergo addition reactions. Why they can't? Because they don't undergo.
Addition.
Why they don't undergo addition reactions? Because they have all single bonds. Why they can undergo addition reactions? Because they have double and triple bonds. Double and triple bonds. So what is the main test to differentiate between saturated and unsaturated? Saturated can't decolorize bromine. Unsaturated can decolorize bromine. Saturated can't decolorize bromine. Unsaturated can decolorize bromine. You should remember this, children. Okay, next. Would you please, one second. Name the products formed when ethane burns in air. Ethane. When ethane burns in air, what are the products formed? Carbon dioxide, water, energy. Two carbons are there, put here 2 carbon, 6, here put 6, and put here 7/2. Multiply whole equation with 2 children. What do you get? 2C2H6 plus 7/2 into 2 children, 7O2 gives 4CO2 plus 6H2O, and it is a highly exothermic reaction. Okay. Next, why is reaction between methane and chlorine is called substitution reaction? Why the reaction between methane and chlorine is called substitution? Because one hydrogen position is occupied by chlorine. One hydrogen comes out, one chlorine comes out and form HCl. Hydrogen position is occupied by chlorine. Why this is called substitution? Because hydrogen position is occupied by chlorine. Because hydrogen position is occupied by chlorine. That's why it's called substitution reaction. Children, among C4H8 and C3H8, which of them will undergo addition reaction? Can anyone?
C4H8. C4H8.
C4H8 will undergo addition reaction. Why, children? Because it is alkene. Alkene has double bond. When they have double bond, they will undergo addition reaction. Okay, C4H8 plus H2 gives C4H10 in presence of nickel catalyst, which breaks the bond, increases the speed of reaction. Butene will give what, children? Butane. Butane will give what, children? Butane. Next question. Would you place chlorine 35, chlorine 37 in different slots or in same slots? Explain why. Yes, children. Would you place chlorine 35 and chlorine 37 in the same slot or different slot?
Same slot.
In the same slot, because they both are isotopes. Isotopes have same
Atomic number.
All the elements having same atomic number are kept in same slot. All the isotopes having same atomic number are kept in same slot. You should remember, children, very, very important. All isotopes having same slot are kept in they are kept in same slot. Okay, children. I hope you all understand, children. Thank you so much. Children, see here.